Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Eric. Welcome to the video. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of different trailers and dumps, and the reason why there's different types of trailers for the different types of jobs. I'm going to put my glove on here quick and I'll get to it. Alright, so this is a frameless. The way that you tell that, I'll show you this first, I guess. So this is another frameless. The way you can tell a frameless and the difference between a frameless trailer and a framed is this frame trailers usually have this big beam. Here's one on that's a frame trailer. This is a frameless. The reason that people get frameless over framed and framed over frameless, or there's reasons. They're used for different things. A lot of times frameless trailers are used for more they're lighter, so we use both of them for ton hauls, but the reason that we use the frameless if possible is because they're lighter. Frame trailers are handy for when you're dumping on unstable ground, which you shouldn't dump on unstable ground anyways, but if it's more soft, the ground's a little bit soft, all the wheels stay on the ground while you're dumping. The pivot point is right there. On this frameless, or on 90% of frameless trailers, they do make some where they're a little bit different, but the pivot point is here. So this is the part that hooks to the fifth wheel, and it pins. The point is right there, and then it pushes up, and just the back tire is on the ground. So if it's soft, what tends to happen is one of the tires can sink, or both can sink, and it has a greater chance of tipping. Another type of trailer. Okay, so the reason that this is a spread axle is because that was what was available and I bought it used. But the reason that they buy spread axles, and that why it's nice that I have it, is because some of the hauling that I do. Sorry guys, my phone is not acting, or it's not acting very good on me right now. It's the high today is below 0 here in Minnesota, so I'm going stir crazy, so I figured I'd do a video, and my phone is dying on me and acting up. So I'm gonna let my phone charge a little bit and warm up and talk a little bit more, and then I'll go back out and hopefully get the rest of the video done. So my phone shut off when I was talking about the spread axle. Basically, if you have a tight tandem, a 40-foot or 39-foot tight tandem, which is the only trailer that I don't have at the lot here, that, because there's less frame where that stretch there, where the two wheels are spread apart, those are actually lighter than but these are almost just as light, and they're just so nice because, like I said, if you're going across where you got to go through the coupe all the time and they weigh your axles, way easier to get your axles the right weight so that you don't have to get an overweight ticket on your axle. So even if your gross could be fine, but you could have way too much weight on one of your back axles because your load isn't far enough forward, and this helps to prevent that, and it gives you some wiggle room. So I'm going to show you a quad axle next. The reason that they make a quad axle and we run them in Minnesota, which most people don't. There's not a whole lot of quads in Minnesota, but the reason I got it's a steel trailer, and so it's me and it's another whole type of trailer. It's steel, but it's an end up, and I'm gonna get out and show you. Hopefully my battery will last here. I gotta put my gloves on quick. Alright, gotta get quick at this or it dies. All right. So this is a steel trailer, where these, like this one here is aluminum. They call this a smooth side. And I always say it wrong, but that trailer there, I believe, is a seat and post. It's just a personal preference. A lot of newer ones are going this way. I guess they're a little bit heavier, but every trailer manufacturer has their own thing, and it's cheap, you know, whatever for them. So weight wise, it varies with whatever manufacturer you're going to. So this is kind of like a rounded bottom trailer. I really like those types of trailers, especially for the rubble hauler, just so that there's no corners for stuff to stick in. The dog house, which is this part right here, is on the outside, so you don't have to worry about a piece of concrete chunk getting stuck in there. I don't know. So the reason that you have steel trailers is for hauling demolition, rubble, boulders. With an aluminum trailer, you can't haul that stuff with it because you'll just wreck it, because the metal isn't as strong. This is a framed trailer. They do make demolition haulers and more for scrap, steel and scrap. They make frameless ones, but this one is not. It has an aluminum frame for weight, so it can at least help out with weight, because the rubble that we're hauling in this, the boulders, they're not going to hit the frame, so it can be aluminum. They do make steel ones though. The front two axles lift. I have steel wheels on there. Normally when I'm using this trailer, I'm getting paid by the hour, and that's just, you know, we're not trying to lighten this trailer up. It has high lift gates, because when you're dumping big pieces of rubble the size of a Volkswagen, you gotta open the gate so that it doesn't rip the tailgate off. You can control it from the side here, the side of the trailer, all the different functions that the trailer does. So you can see here, there's the axle 1, axle 2. So you drop the suspension whenever you dump your load. You drop the suspension so it doesn't get so tippy. I think I said this is a quad because it's short. I wanted a short trailer so that when I was hauling and dumping on uneven ground, doing more construction work with this trailer, it would be stable. When you give up shortness, you're giving up volume. So like if we were doing a demo on like a building or a house, and we were just doing like hauling wood away or something light, it might be hard for me to get up to 80,000 with this. A lot of times guys have this exact trailer here. They use these frames with trailers with they have this with this box on it. So they have a steel box on it, but this long, and then it can still haul good weight. This trailer is just as heavy as a longer one because it has the extra axles, but it's just the way it's set up. If you have any other questions, you'll just have to ask me, because I could ramble on forever. So this is my first trailer that I ever got. This is a Mack half-round frameless. The reason that there are half rounds versus like a square trailer is just what you're hauling. So if you're hauling a lot of heavy things like sand and gravel, then in salt and stuff like that, you can a lot of times go with a half round, because it doesn't hold the volume as a square trailer does. But you don't need volume when you're hauling sand and gravel because it's heavy enough. So that's I like half rounds because they're lower to the ground, they're lighter. That's why they make them, because they're lighter. And then and this is a frameless triaxle. It's 33 feet long. The front two axles lift. So this axle lifts off the ground. This one lifts off the ground when I'm empty. Inside, see, the doghouse is on the outside of the trailer, so it's smooth inside. The You can see that that black part that meets the aluminum, that's the liner. A lot of times these trailers won't have but like a quarter of a liner in them. And those are the ones that you usually see on Craigslist for sale that have with a salvage title, it seems like, because they tip a lot easier. Stuff, especially in the wintertime, it grabs onto that aluminum and you have issues with it. So it's easier. Dumps a lot better with the full liner in there. But the reason that you have a full liner versus a half, and why people try to get away with a half liner, is because it's lighter. So it's all based on weight. I guess another thing you can see is I've got super singles on this trailer. I got super singles on this trailer. And most of my trailers have super singles. So I don't run them on my trucks because if you have an issue, you gotta stop. You can't just keep on rolling. And that's what I usually do if I have a tire issue on a truck. Alright, hopefully that was helpful. If there's anything that you want me to cover that I didn't, let me know.